Hi everyone, today's August 6th, 2020. I'm going to take you through our workout today. Our workout's going to be a 20-minute AMRAP of 200-meter run, followed by 20 wall balls, and finishing off with 15 push-ups. So for our warm-up, we're actually going to go for a little bit of a longer distance run. We're going to go for an 800-meter run, just to get loose. Some things when you're thinking about when you're running, try to stay on the balls of your feet, okay? You don't want to hit heel strike. When we're talking about a heel strike, when you run, you jam your heel into the ground and then just roll over into the balls of your feet and then start to create momentum. When you do this heel strike on a run, you actually end up stopping your movement and then rolling back over and trying to regain traction to move yourself forward, okay? Some things when you happen when you actually jam your heel into the ground, your knee gets locked up, that goes into your hip, which could also cause some lower back pain if you're not doing it the right way. So just make sure when you're running, you're actually thinking about riding on a skateboard, okay? If you ever skateboarded before, if you snowboard and you're trying to get to the lift and you're using the balls of your feet to pull, that's kind of how we want to run, where we're just pulling the ground, constantly tapping or hitting the balls of our feet onto the ground, pulling the earth, and just moving forward. Okay, so some things to think about if you've never really run this way. Just think about staying on the bottom of your feet and think about falling over with each running step. Okay. Just a brief general overview of running. There's a lot more detail than that, which we can actually definitely help you out on an individual basis. So just always feel free to reach out. So running, we're gonna go for an 800-meter run. We're looking for a time frame of 3 minutes to about 5 minutes of running. So that's gonna be our warm up. Then we get back in, we can go through our normal stretch routine. Okay. Spider-Man, Iron Cross, Scorpion, Samson stretch, and then hamstring stretch. So just some things to think about. So for the workout, we're actually going to be doing some wall balls. I'll show you a few reps and then we'll break it down. Okay. So you want to use your medicine ball. Okay, as you can see, I'm going through a full squat and chucking the medicine ball up to a target. Ideally, we want to target higher than what I'm doing right now, 10 feet, 9 feet, but if you don't have the space, just be creative. You can even toss the medicine ball up in the air and catch it. Okay, we're working on some accuracy and throwing with that as well. So some things we're going to consider from the waist down. We're thinking about a regular old air squat where we're just sitting down and just standing up, feet are flat, knees go out, hips go back and down, and lower yourself down. So from the hips up, we're thinking about our torso, good positioning, low extension, full extension in the back. Okay, trying to keep our chest nice and tall, core is nice and tight. You want to keep your core tight and brace, because every time you catch that medicine ball, after you throw it, you don't want to collapse and end up in this position. It's going to take the air out of your breath, so just make sure you keep your chest up. All right, so then our front rack position. So that's our torso. So now we're thinking about that front rack position. Hands on the outside of the medicine ball, elbows tucked down. I like to rest the medicine ball on my chest and my chin, and then I push it from here. We want to think about pushing the medicine ball instead of shooting it like a basketball. So that way, there's no spin on it. It's not going to rotate and go in other directions. If you give it just like a knuckleball where it's just floating up to your target front back, it should just bounce straight back to you. So once again, that's our wall ball. Some modifications today. If you don't have a medicine ball, you can use a dumbbell. And in that dumbbell, we're going to do a full squat and punch up. Very similar to a thruster, okay? Single arm thruster. The medicine ball, the wall ball is very similar to that. So we're going to use that as a scaling option. You can use one dumbbell or 2 light dumbbells. It should be light when you're doing 20 reps in a row. And if we're not going to be doing, if we don't have any equipment whatsoever, we're going to go regular air squats. So we're just going to sit down and we're just going to stand up. We usually pair this with a jumping squat, but we actually have some extra credit for jumping squats, so we're just going to save the jumping squats for that. So we have 20 wall balls. Those wall balls should be hopefully unbroken or close to it, maybe 2 sets. All right, so 12 and 10, or 12 and 8, or 10 and 10. When breaking up into sets, I like to go a little bit more than halfway, so 12 and 8 would be a cool break. If not, go 20 reps unbroken. So that's the wall ball. Push-ups. We're going to do some good push-ups today. Okay, this workout is all about, running obviously, then we have medicine ball, but then breaking up these push-ups. We want to see some good push-ups. In that position, hands underneath the shoulders, bring the body all the way down, and then lock your elbows at the top. Okay? If you're going shorter and you're doing these, you're not really getting the benefit of the workout. Get your chest all the way to the ground and press up. If you can only do that for 10 reps consistently throughout the 20-minute AMRAP, then scale your reps, or you can go down to 5 reps. Modifications to a push-up from the knee. You're doing push-ups from the knee, chest all the way down to the ground, push all the way up. Okay. Some other things to consider, maybe just slowing down your tempo on the way down to a 3 count, and then getting yourself back up from the knee and pushing yourself here, and then doing 1, 2, 3, push up, 1, 2, 3, push up. Might slow you down a little bit in the workout, but in the long run, it's going to help you push up. Okay. No modification to this. This body weight. Find some version of a push-up. Even if you have to find, something like a wall and do wall push-ups, that's fine too. So for our extra credit, we're going to go 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest. First one's going to be jump squats. So we're just going to squat down and jump up. Squat, jump, squat, jump. Then you're going to switch on over after your 30 seconds of rest, and you're going to do jumping lunges. So we're just going to lunge, jump, lunge, jump, lunge, and jump. Okay, so I'll show you that from the side as well. I'm maintaining my balance, keeping, my body balanced and not falling over. So if we are less challenging for you, we can just keep this a regular air squats. Squat down, stand up, and then regular lunge steps. So that's going to be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off for 5 rounds. So the workout, Metcon, is going to be 20-minute AMRAP, 20-minute run. That should be a time frame of about a minute to a minute and a half. Then 20 wall balls, 15 push-ups. Then on extra credit, 5 rounds of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds rest of the jump squats, rest 30 seconds, jumping lunges, rest 30 seconds, and then repeat that for 5 minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Make sure you post your workout score on Spotify. Have a good one.